Hi, in this video, I'm going to introduce the app Rangiin by Ahangi. When you open the app, this is what you'll see. Depending on your screen size, you might see a different number of keys. A real sitar doesn't have keys, of course. In the app, the keys are just there to make playing on a mobile device easier. To pluck a single note on the melody string, press and hold a key. To bend the pitch, move your finger left or right. To play a scale, simply pluck the keys in order: sa, re, ga, ma, pa, ta, ni, and sa. The easiest way to do this is to use your index, ring, and middle fingers to cover sa, re, and ga. Then, move to the next line for ma, pa, and ta. And finally, down another line for ni and sa. To play the scale in reverse, use the same fingers in the opposite order: sa, ni, ta, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. You can choose the scale you want to play in the menu. The small keys are chromatic notes, pitches that are not part of the selected scale. On a sitar, the melody is usually played on one string and drone strings are used to accompany the melody. These drone strings are located on the left side of the screen. You can pluck them with your left hand while you play melodies with your right hand. Note that you can also flip the key layout if you prefer to use your left hand to play melodies. A sitar also has sympathetic strings. In Rangiin, they are positioned directly above the main melody string keys. These strings are usually not used in playing, but you can see them resonate when you play melodies. To play tremolo, ensure you pluck the key vertically and quickly move your finger up and down in that same vertical motion. Let's also have a look at the menu. You can open the menu by touching the logo here. In the menu, you can change the instrument. You can play several South Asian lute instruments, like the sitar, the sarod, the tampura, and others. The tonic setting determines the starting pitch for sa. In South Asian classical music, sa acts like the do in a movable do system, meaning it can be set to any absolute pitch. Here, you can also pick the scale. These are mainly the 10 basic scales of classical music, known as tat. By default, the notes are tuned to equal temperament. In microtuning, you can adjust the tuning of each note in cents. In this category, you can also change the tuning pitch if you need to use a value other than 440 Hz. In the next category, you can adjust the display and language used in the program. Sargam notes refers to the script used for sa, re, ga, and so on. You can also switch to absolute notes if you are more comfortable with Western note names like C, D, E, etc. The next setting allows you to choose the names used for Western notes. In the same category, you can change the app's color theme and adjust the overall zoom to fit your screen. In Key Grid, you can customize the playing style and key layout. Choose press as the trigger if you want to play notes by pressing the keys, or pluck if you want to pluck the keys like in older versions. Pressing the keys is pressure sensitive, and depending on your device, you may need to calibrate the sensitivity. To calibrate, first hold your device still for a few seconds. If you usually play with your device on a table, also place it on a table during calibration. If you usually hold it in your hand while playing, hold it in your hand during calibration as well. After a few seconds, the app will ask you to press the button to measure your touch pressure. Try to play loud notes because the app will measure the highest pressure you are likely to use while playing. Then play notes with varying pressure. Once the application says the calibration is complete, you can close the calibration. The following options in this category allow you to adjust the key layout. The keys are arranged in a grid on the screen. If you select diatonic as the grid layout, the main keys of the grid correspond to the notes of the selected scale, while accidentals are placed as small keys between the main keys. If you select chromatic, the accidentals are placed in the same grid as the notes of the scale. In this category, you can also change the orientation of the key layout if you want to play melodies with your left hand. By adjusting the column and row spacing, you can arrange the keys in a way that feels comfortable to play. Note that the zoom option introduced earlier is another way to adjust the size of the grid. You can also choose whether high notes should be at the top or bottom of the grid. That's about it. To learn more, have a look at our website and follow us on Instagram. Have fun playing!